Today on Derek Does, we're doing these. Welcome back to another Derek Does. I'm Derek, and if you're new here, check out all my other content. I'm sure there's going to be something you like. Today we are continuing my military mega haul that I had a couple episodes ago, where I showed you all the stuff I got from the veteran who was most likely in the Korea and early Vietnam. And these are, I showed you the M-65s before, but today we're going to be looking at the M-51s in that lot. So this is more M-51s. And this is kind of an interesting because this is an early M-51 and a later M-51. And there's a big difference between the two of them. And it's something that you can then look for yourself. If you're looking for an M-51, you can look and you can say, oh, this is a later one, this is a newer one, and there's features of each one that maybe you want that you don't want, and it's something to look for. So just throwing it out there if you're into the M-51s. Personally, for me, of all the field jackets, the M-51 is my personal favorite. I have my own personal one. I love it. I just like it better. It just fits me better than the others. I mean, I love all the others, don't get me wrong. You see my videos, you know I love all the field jackets. But if I had to pick just one, it'd be the M-51, and it'd be an early M-51, which is what I have. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these two. The one is an early one, and one is a later one. They're different sizes, though. One is a regular medium, and that's the later one. And the earlier one, unfortunately, is a short small, so it's a bit smaller for me, but I'm going to show you anyway. The one I personally have is a medium. And then, so we're going to take a look at these, see the differences between the two, and also help you if you're just new to field jackets and you've been looking for one and you're thinking, what am I going to do? This will at least give you an idea of what they offer as opposed to like an M65 or an M41 or an M43. Unfortunately, I've never found an M50 in the wild yet to show you guys, but I'm always keeping my eyes open. But when I do find one of those, that's the elusive one, because really it was only for what, a year or so? So anyway, let's take a look at these. I'll put them on so you can see what they look like, at least size-wise. For reference, I'm a little over 5'10", 155, got a 42 chest, about a 32 waist in that range. So if you're similar to that, you can use this as a reference for your size and then just judge accordingly if you're bigger or smaller than me, what will work for you. So let's take a look at these. I'll put them on, and then we'll put them up on the hanger, and we'll take a look at the details of each one, and you can see kind of the subtle differences between them. So hope you enjoyed this episode on the M-51 from the Mega Haul. All right, so here's the first one, and this is a small short. Now keep in mind, this still fits me pretty well. These jackets were made to be oversized, so don't let the small, medium, or large think that that's what you need to get because your regular jacket, your everyday jacket's a large or a small or a medium. This is a small short. So obviously for me, I would need just a small regular and I could get by with it. It just, as if I was gonna wear this just with a light shirt or t-shirts and that sort of thing, this would be perfect. It's not too big, and you can see, except for the sleeve length, this doesn't fit me bad. I like the medium because I have a little more room if I have a sweater or anything like that, and I'll zip it up, show you. This one, which a lot of the stuff I got from that guy is really minty. I mean, it's really minty. But you can see here, with it zipped up, it doesn't look bad, does it? It really doesn't, because even though it's a size small, again, I'm medium, I'm 42, this would fit fine. So if you're a 40, you're a 42 or below a 38, this would fit you fine. If you're above, if you're like a 44, then you might want to go at least with a medium. You're a 42 to 44, probably even to 46. And now we'll take a look at the medium. All right, so this is the medium regular, and this is a later model of the M-51. Actually, physically doesn't say M-51 anymore, and I'll show you that on the thing, but it is an M-51. This is, I believe, from 63, so it's only 2 years away before the M-65 comes out, and you'll see some of the M-65 have trickled into this before they've got to the M-65. But so I'll show you this one. And it's just a looser jacket. It fits me a little better, I think. The other one, if you like more of a fitting, that would be what you want to go with. But if you just want, you know, an everyday jacket like this is like the medium on me, and you see it fits me much better, I think, as a jacket. Up first is the older version. This is about as new, if you're going to be issued this in the 50s, this is the one you would get. As you can see, this one is near mint. It really is. You know, this is nice and crisp. It's never been washed. Very crispy. This does have a Talon triple mark zipper. Very nice. Aluminum. M-51's have the aluminum zippers, just so you know. They don't have any with plastic or brass like an M65. Now this one came with the US Army from that time period right there. And down here it is stamped in there as a wind resistant. And this one's actually from 1955, January 26, 1955. Is that right? No, actually October 1955 is when this was delivered, I'm sorry. So it's October 55, but it was patented in January 55. So this is the first generation. And here you can see it's wool and cotton on the flannel pockets. And that's one thing I like about the early M-51s is the early ones, and this is very nice when it's cold out, it has a wool lining on the inside for the pockets, which is really nice. Later, and I'll show you on the newer one I have, does not have the wool lining. I wish M65s had a wool lining too, because it is just nicer to put your hands in wool when it's cold out. It just is. So the main jacket, you have two pockets at the bottom that are flapped and snapped, and two up front for, you know, your field rations, and they're like bellowed out a little bit so you can get a little bit more in there. Again, it has the aluminum zipper stamped here. This is the earlier one, and it has these brown buttons, which are what the earlier ones would have. The later ones had green, and they were a little bit larger. So that's something to look for in an early one and a later one. So this one, again, this is about as mint as you can get without having the actual size tags and stuff on it. It has a double button here that you can adjust the cuffs, and it's not open either, see that? So even though it's bellowed, the wind still can't get through, which is kind of nice. The M65 is not that way. You have the drawstring here on the outside, so you can adjust it without having to open up your jacket. M65s, they're on the inside. You also have an adjuster down here, but that is down here, but you really don't need it. You can just fold that up to get to it. The same here. There's no vent holes in these. On the collar, you have a spot here to button in a hood, and then you have two up here. So what you can do is you do this, and then you can button that to get a nice tight fit around your neck if you wanted to. Now on the back of an M51, again, the collar doesn't stay up, it stays down like a jacket. You have two epaulets on either side, and they're buttoned and adjustable. It's got a smooth back. It doesn't have the bi-swing like an M65 does, but you do have like the belted there, which is nice. And I've never really noticed this as getting in the way. It's big enough, the jacket is big enough that you really don't need that. And on the inside, I can open that up just so you can see. That's just what it looks like. And there's those brown buttons and snaps. So you have a snap, so you have a zip, a wind flap, snaps, and it gets a nice and toasty. And then there's also a liner that can button into this when it gets really cold. And I'll show you that, guys, in a minute. Now it's different, as you can tell, from like the M51 fishtail that I showed you a couple videos ago. It's a different, that was a parka. Even though it has the same M51 designation, it's different. So this is this. And this one, again, like I said, was from 55. So now we come to another M51, and this one is later, much later. You notice it has the white tag with regular medium. with the size, but it also has Comp UK and CAN size 5. So this is, again, as I was saying, it's a much later, and you can see here on the tag, if I can get to it. There we go. So here on the tag, you can see this is from 1963. So this is 2 years before the M65 came out. And it doesn't say M51 on it, it just says man's coat, cotton, wind resistant, OG 107, and then has the DSA on it from 1963. But you can see this one really hasn't been washed either. It's in nice shape, but it's not mint. You know, it's got a little bit of whatever this is and here, and some stains up here. It's been used, but not abused by any means. Now this one doesn't have a talon, this has a crown. You can see there, it's got a crown zipper. So that's kind of unusual. I mean, they did have crowns, but it wasn't the most common zipper put out there. And here you can see it's got the green plastic zip buttons like, you know, during the Vietnam era. It still has the wind flap, the aluminum zipper, the snaps, but it has the big green buttons instead of the brown buttons. It has the same pockets, you know, the snap either side. But if you notice, these pockets don't have the bellow that the earlier models had. They got rid of that, which maybe saved some material costs, I'm not sure. And then on the pockets themselves, they're lined just in a white cotton. There's no wool, so it's like an M65. And then later the M65s got rid of the white and they went with the green, I guess, so they don't get shot if people see white pockets. So this was like a carryover into the M65 for the early ones, but it was taken away for the other ones. It has the same two bellows, or two buttons with the bellow of fabric there on the sleeve. Same, this is just from the factory, they put those on. And then on the outside, you've got the two epaulets. There is no bi-swing. You have the cords there and the cords here to tighten it up. And they're still on the outside. And the ones down here are just down there so you can access those. On the inside, very similar. Now there is a difference here also on the collar. So what they did is, maybe because these buttons were maybe bigger or something, they put a neck flap here. The earlier one does not have this. You just have to go like this to button that over. This one actually has a flap that will go over and button there. It has the same button holes, the keyholes for a hood like the other one, but again, like I was saying, there's a little bit of difference. You can see a little bit of the M65 coming out with this 1963 M51. And finally, I'm going to show you the liner that goes into these. These are shorter than the fishtail, but if you notice, it has like a nylon-y, silky outside or inside, depending how you wear it. And the frisee, the mohair frizzes, something like that. These are where it buttons into your jacket and it slides in. Now there's two different ways you can wear it. You can wear this with this on the inside, or you can wear it with this on the inside. I believe technically you're supposed to wear with this on the inside, and this gives a layer, like an air layer between this fabric and the fabric of your jacket to help keep all that stuff in there. A lot of guys like just wear it like this, but I believe this is kind of inside out how it goes. You have buttons down here, or flaps down here that would button into the cuffs, and then when you zip up your jacket, this would come together. And on the back, it's just like that, and then has a medium right there. It might have had some material printed there, but I can't read that anymore. And I believe this might have been sewn in like a liner maybe to hold on to. I'm not positive on that. But that's what the liner to an M51 looks like. And I believe that you can put an M51 liner in an M65, but you can't put an M65 liner in an M51. So sometimes you might come across an M65 that has this liner in it. And that's a plus, because now you're getting kind of a better liner as a collectible thing, more so than the M65 liner, which is just nylon and polyester. This is actually wool, mohair. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode on more M51s. So check out my other M51 videos too, plus all the other field jackets, or if you guys are into field jackets, I have quite a few. So check those out. You get to see different ones, different models, sizes, that sort of thing. I personally love the M51. It has all the features of a field jacket without the features of the M65 that I'm not crazy about, like all the Velcro. I hate Velcro. This has no Velcro. I like the collar that stays down. It doesn't dig into my ears like an M65 sometimes does. There's no hidden hood on this one, but I always wear a hat, so I don't need a hood. I never wear a hood, never used a hood on an M65, but it has the hood if you want it. But this is the M51. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and good hunting if you're looking for some. These personally will be up on eBay actually, so if you're interested in any of these, check out my eBay. I'll put a link in the description to get there. So the M65s that I showed last week, they're both sold, so they didn't last long, but they were really great examples of an M65. So if you see it on the video, check quickly on eBay, because that's where I'm putting stuff now instead of my own website. So if you see something and you think, oh, I gotta live with that, I need that, order it and it's yours. So I'll ship them out. So hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you on the next Derek Does. Thank you for watching.